Specifically in Balochistan, Balochistan was never a princely state of India. It had its own relations with Whitehall, and it had its own historic Hindu civilization right there. There is a great temple over there which we call Nani Ka Mandir. I think it escapes my mind, but it is near Las Bela. And even though the Hindus have been thrown out from there, the Baloch are still today. There's a mud volcano there. They go there every year to take care of it. The concept of being anti-Hindu in Balochistan did not exist. And the Pakistanis have sold that entire area now to China. But let me add to this that Balochistan was given independence, had an embassy in Karachi, which was the capital of Pakistan, and the ruler, the Khan of Kalat, and the Congress member of parliament from Quetta, Abdul Samad Achakzai, they went to good Nehru Chacha and the education minister, then Maulana Azad, and said, we are independent, but we would like to join the Republic or the Dominion of India at that time. Imagine that this news was leaked out. First of all, they were told it is too far away, we don't manage. So Mir Bazinjo, who I spent time with, who lately died, he was an Aligarh football player, great leader of the Baloch people. He said, कराची से ढाका तो 1200 मील दूर है और राजस्थान से बलूचिस्तान 200 मील दूर है. And you are justifying Pakistan's occupation of Bangladesh, what was East Pakistan, but you cannot imagine the Maulana Azad's view of the Baloch was that these are some primitive medieval people who can't speak Urdu. Therefore, they are not Muslim. He had the similar approach with Dr. Bacha Khan, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Ye to Pathan hai. And the whole Urdu concept of a Pathan is ki to bechta hai, pista vista khalas. These stereotypes were then brought over to Pakistan from the people who gave birth to the likes of Javed Akhtar. And in a place where only 5% of the people spoke Urdu, that became the national language. Even Jinnah could speak Urdu, yet he told in English to the people in Dhaka, from today you shall speak only Urdu. Although nobody understood what the hell he was saying. That's when Sheikh Mujib was born. And that's when language riots took place. Now I'm digressing, but the point is that India's failure has to be recognized as well. That when the time came for the leaders of India to say that our national anthem includes Punjab and Sindh. Punjab to 1/3 le liya aapne. But the abandonment of Sindh to a foreign invader-based society was an abandonment of the people who are from Mohenjo-daro or Harappa, or I would say even Kurukshetra and all that Indus Valley civilization that gave birth to so much in India. It was abandoned and left ke jaan chuti.
It is almost impossible to imagine why these people who were so against India, who were given the reins to rule India. Nehru and Maulana Azad definitely did no good for India by turning Balochistan away and committed the worst strategic mistake that India could have ever made by not allowing Balochistan to become part of India. According to Azad, Balochistan was too far away from India. One must wonder that if the name India or Hindustan is associated with the word Sindhu, Indus Sagar, and Himalayas, from where the H in Hindu comes from, according to Subramaniam Swami. Then, what exactly is India and not India? The Buddha who was born in India, not the political nation state of present day India, but Akhand Bharat, which is where he was born, is part of present day Nepal. And Akhand Bharat, which was the region of Asia known as India or Bharat for thousands of years. This man was known as Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni means the saint or sage of the Shakyas, and he's considered Indian, 100%. The Shakyas, or the Shakya Empire, the citizens of the Shakya Empire, were Indians, not living in present-day India but in Central Asia. Can you imagine that Shakyas, also known as the Scythians in English or Greek, were considered Indians and part of Bharat? Today, that region includes Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Afghanistan. And this was a Hindu empire, and such was the reach of India. So when Nehru and Maulana Azad considered Balochistan, which is a mere 200 miles away from Rajasthan, as too far from India, when Karachi, the capital of Pakistan at the time, was 1,200 miles away from Dhaka, the secondary capital of Pakistan, it was refusing to claim one of many historical territories and refusing their service to the civilization and the nation. At the time, Pakistan had virtually surrounded India, and here was a chance to counter that situation. We had Pakistan on the left, on the right, and we had to monitor two fronts at the same time. Here was that chance, and it was completely ignored. At the time, also, the Sultanate of Oman had offered the port of Gwadar to India. Now, Gwadar is a port which is inside of Balochistan. That port would have automatically come to India anyway, but it looks like at the time that was under the Sultanate of Oman. So not only did Balochistan want to come to India and become part of India, but Gwadar was also offered to India by the Sultanate of Oman. This would have ensured the Indian Navy's dominance over the Gulf of Oman, which is the mouth of the Persian Gulf. So India's influence would have really, really increased and kept Pakistan in a checkmate, with Sindh being the only port state in all of Pakistan. Today, because of this mistake India made, Gwadar is the strongest naval port in the Gulf of Oman, and it is basically leased by China. And it is a Chinese a stronghold from which it watches the entire Gulf of Oman, keeps a check on Iran, on India, and also Pakistan's Navy's major base is over there. Maulana Azad and Nehru's actions have cost India more than ever in terms of strategic advantage and regional security. And today, ironically, Indian intelligence is trying to brainstorm the liberation of Balochistan to punish Pakistan for its illegal military conquest and occupation of the historically free states of Balochistan and Kashmir, both which showed interest to become part of the dominion of India. If India accepted the Kashmiri king's formal request to become part of India, why not Balochistan? The Balochi Muslims lived side by side in peace with Hindus. Yet Azad, whose decision was foremost against Balochistan becoming part of India, viewed them as primitives who couldn't speak Urdu. When 97 of Pakistanis in the newly formed Pakistan could not speak Urdu, including Jinnah himself, who imposed Urdu all throughout Pakistan and couldn't speak Urdu himself. He also went to Dhaka to impose Urdu. That formed a background for the liberation movement of Bangladesh. When 97% of Pakistanis in newly Pakistan could not speak Urdu, here is Azad trying to turn away an entire piece of land that could have served as strategic importance just because they were looked at as primitives who couldn't speak Urdu. Today, Balochi freedom fighters, their families are raped, murdered, and thousands have secretly disappeared. Recently, there was a killing in Sweden. A journalist was murdered, and even political asylum is not enough because that journalist from Balochistan had, sought refuge in Sweden. So therefore, it is in India's strategic interest to consider a strong and independent Balochistan. And in another video, we will see how India can help the Balochis from the Balochistan expert Tariq Fatah himself. For more videos, please subscribe to get the latest updates and hit like if you like this video. Jai Bharat.